And we're back with War of the Crows Season 2. And it's your old pal Arvus Blackburn. Do you remember me? You haven't seen me for a long time. I like to do intros now with different NPCs to remind you of their existence.
No idea. No idea who this is. Is this from this adventure?
This is from D&D Descended to Atlas.
Oh, well, that's real deep cut. I'm just reading my notes for that.
This is Arvus Blackburn, the Whisperer, the Whisper. And my question is for Angela Rayner. Yeah, see, Mikey got that ref. He watched the 7-way election debate on ITV.
Oh, I don't hate myself that much.
Yeah, but the leader of Plaid is a big guy called Run. And he's a big Welsh man, and he takes chunks out of the Labour and Tories. It's great.
Oh, that could be fun.
And Run is Welsh for mighty.
Which I
thought was very fitting.
It's a good name.
Yeah. Yes, this is not a Welsh heritage podcast. This is where we play Blades in the Dark, and we are about to start a score. As we always seem to do, we always seem to end on an engagement roll and then start the score in the next episode. Silas was not there.
No, but I gather he's about to die.
But he knows there was a desperate engagement on a attempt to ambush some billhooks. Does anyone want to explain the plan?
Yeah. I'll go, because Laurie's in a state of perpetual mic terror. And not this kind of mic terror, but microphone terror. Let me consult my notes as well to check I got it straight. So, yeah, basically, after the last score in our downtime, we thought it would be good to try and rough the edges out with both the Lost and the Billhooks. And that resulted in us in our conversation with the Billhooks very quickly turning to them, basically saying, we're going to go fuck up the Lost. Are you with us or not? To which we kind of had to say, sure, we'll do that. So they are attacking the Lost with a dominant force at the Lost location. But of course, our plan is to kind of join them, but turn the tide at opportune moments to eliminate the Billhooks or severely cripple them enough that whatever happens next, they're weakened and basically on their knees already before things even start. So we told the Lost, who weren't super happy about it, but at the end of the day, the Billhooks are attacking anyway. Not much they can do about it. So the Lost have already started to set up like a funnel point into their lair, like creating shipping containers, trying to create a little ingress point. We are obviously going with them. Saffron has currently provided one of the lead chargers with a booby-trapped grenade launcher that is set to go off in the first use of it, which should be a fun little start to the action. This is always the engagement roll was pretty bad, so this could all change. But this is the plan anyway. And Lorenzo was planning to be in a sniper's nest to pick them off as they come in, and I guess the plan was to have Silas and the Silas boys pretty much in the mix to just turn on. None of it was confirmed. That was the thinking, that he'd be kind of in the mix, and then obviously as things start to go.
Yeah, you're the Fedaykin kind of going head on towards the Sedukar.
Yes.
Whereas there are no sandworms though. There's no Shai-Hulud in this score.
Might be safer for Silas if there was.
Summon a Leviathan, there you go, there's your Shai-Hulud.
Yeah.
That's true. Land Leviathan.
But Olly rolled a 1 for the engagement roll, so we haven't really seen
a 1 and a 2 actually.
So it's a 2 then?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not so bad, is it, I suppose?
It's the same.
Or is it exactly the same?
1 to 3.
It doesn't feel as bad.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as bad as the
emotionally.
double 1.
No, that's true. That's the plan anyway. I mean, I don't know if we need to set more stone before you just tell us that, if Silas has issues with being in the mix, wants to change his plan, or if that's all fucked anyway because of the engagement. So that's as far as I can take you on this tale.
No, I mean, so I think I wouldn't have objected to this plan. Me personally, I don't think Silas would either. But I think just some complication with Silas and his recent mental issues with extreme violence. Not sure how that would have played into the build-up of this situation, but I think probably he wouldn't have objected. He's probably not reconciled his own trauma properly yet, so he probably wouldn't have been like, "No, sir, no fighting for me."
Yeah, I think the plan's kind of to go along with it until there's like an opportune moment to strike, like basically get him as ingrained, as stuck in as they can before we finally flip when it's like moment. Like it's kind of again, take out some key people and rout them before they can really do any damage. So, and I hope the Lost obviously do a lot of damage as well.
I feel like if I did a bit of gathering info on this one. Can you still hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound great.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. I moved my mic a bit, so maybe my headset one isn't working. But I did a bit of gathering info, just like finding out who like the kind of lieutenants were, the key soldiers in this fight will be from their side. So maybe we can kind of like more easily mark out who the key targets to take out in this brawl. So my thinking was you take out the officers or whatever, then like the command structure falls. You know, you take out the top dogs and they all kind of run away, right? Maybe we could do something to that effect. So it's like, obviously we're like 10v20 in this scenario, I'm guessing, is about the numbers. So I think we're going to have to do something like that, right? We'll have some like creative use of Saffron's tinkerage, or anybody's action around that.
Tinkerage. Well, it's good that you reminded me of that, Lawrie, because I'd forgotten. And so the desperate engagement role.
Here we go.
Now, the way this plays out is that Lorenzo, you notice from your little sniper's nest, you're high above. I can't remember where you.
What is it? Is it a clock tower? I had a clock tower in mind, like Saving Private Ryan kind of thing.
Well, this is more like a train depot area, so I imagine you're on like a
the warden's office, the admin office.
I think you're kind of on one of those. We talk like a railway crane tower. So
cool!
The things they use to like lift cargo off of flatbeds and then onto different ones. But I think it's all like rusted and in disuse. And you set up there, and I think you can see down. The plan was to have the Lost sort of set up like a barricade as kind of bait to draw the Billhooks towards them in that direction. And you can see Silas and Silas's stompers there as well, like hidden amongst the crates and the carriages to kind of ambush. But you start to see as kind of night falls, you see a group of Billhooks. You see their hooks glinting in the moonlight and in the gas lamps. But there's definitely not as many as you thought there would be. Maybe like 5 or 6, and you only spot one of the lieutenants that you ID'd, and it wasn't one of the ones who you saw talking to Koran.
Roger.
Do you inform the rest of the party?
I don't see a way I could. Could I just have Gus tell me if I need a roll, but could I have Gus just do a quick run around the block? I don't know how open or closed this area is, but if he could just run around and see if he could make out quickly just where people are, if they are like in the flanks or anything.
Okay, you set Gus a run-in, and you can see through his eyes, and he's going around running between all the carriages and stuff, and he's not seeing any Billhooks either. But do you sort of call out to the rest of the party before they see them?
I'd like to pull a flashback just to say that I've got like a mirror or a bit of glass or something,
Nice.
And I'm shining it in the moonlight because it's only dusk in Duskville. There's only moonlight that shines, so I'm kind of like reflecting it in the moonlight, and that's the kind of like code we've got that something's gone wrong or it's not all gone to plan.
You know, the only thing that shines are the blades in the dark.
Ah!
He's done it.
That's the name. That's the name of the game.
Desert power, baby.
So yeah, he's you're probably using a little knife.
Yeah, there you go.
But what are you doing? What's the message?
Just the plan's not gone right. Like we were expecting a certain number of men, or that kind of thing.
It's quite complex to flash.
Well, no, just the message. The message is simply
flags,
Something's
language.
something's not right. Something's not right.
Yeah, the message is simply
okay.
like things aren't going to plan. Like something's off already.
So
it's
us on the ground.
Code
what
red.
are we seeing? 'Cause we were planning to kind of be with them. So we kind of waited for them at a point to arrive, and then we move together, or are we with them already? And we know we're kind of waiting for them to arrive.
Who wanted to be with them? Like,
Well, in my mind, it was that again, Silas and the Stompers were kind of near the front, and Saffron bring up the back.
with the billhooks.
With the Billhooks. That was the theory.
Okay, well, yeah, we can say that. I mean, because they basically are asking you.
We have to
join,
meet with
right?
them. We have to meet with them at some point.
Yes.
So it's a
yeah.
question of,
So maybe you
if we're
meet
waiting.
with them at the entrance to the train yard, and Lorenzo still sees this group of 5 or 6 coming, and then you meet up with them. And they're like, all right, let's get these bloody lost. Let's stick them in the ground once and for all.
Seems to be rather underwhelming force provided here. We're going to get ourselves slaughtered.
Now, us lot and a new lot, we can take down these pansy lost. Don't you worry. You can sit this out, old man, if you like. Let us do the dirty work. We've got your new
Oh, good.
your whatever it was.
What's a grenade launcher type thing?
Oh yes.
Chucker, grenade
Yeah.
chucker.
Yeah,
Some
Bubba
kind
Chucker.
of propellant. It was like a tube with a fiery mechanism, but the point is rather than the pin firing it just detonates the grenade.
Yeah.
On pull.
Oh,
Yeah.
this was the
The booby trap. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
This was the Home Alone device.
Exactly.
Nice.
Well, I appreciate your confidence, but the Lost we've heard are frightfully strong, and they outnumber us. This is a very poor idea. What happened to the rest of the troops, the team?
He puts a hand out to you, maybe on your shoulder. Listen, it'll be all right. We'll take them out, no problem. You can wait here if you want. We're doing this. I thought you boys were supposed to be scary or something.
Oh well, yes, in certain ways, full on. That's Silas's plot. I'll sit at the back. Don't worry about me.
I think as this conversation is going on, Belk, one of the stompers, head stomper maybe, he sort of leans in close to you, Silas, and says, "How does he talk?" He's also Cockney, like 90% of Dustfall. He's like, something doesn't seem right. What does he call? Does he call you Silas or Sergeant or?
I imagine Belk would be fixed in his ways of going with Sir.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't think Silas would demand it, but he'd be like, all right, sure.
Yeah. He said, something don't feel right, sir. We didn't think it was worth mentioning at the time, but we have been seeing Billhooks sniffing around some of the turf in the last few days. Weren't doing nothing, mind, but something doesn't fit right. Where are the rest of them?
Well, Belgazis in his least suspicious whispery voice. I don't suppose you would have thought to mention that your bluecoats' senses were tingling a little before we walk ourselves into the ambush, would you?
Well, I just thought, to be honest, sir, when I saw there's hardly any Billhooks, so I just thought, where are the rest of them? And then I thought, I'd seen a bunch of them when we were down in the gambling hall. Maybe, didn't want to tell you about that, but we were doing that, and we saw the Billhooks, and we didn't want to mention it, but now I'm starting to think that the Billhooks are there and we're here.
Yes, I think that's quite astute of you. I do have a certain sense that these fine gentlemen are going to try and kill us all today. But not to worry. We're the Emporium. I guess we'll just walk straight into the trap. That should work out fine.
Yeah.
Don't you worry, Belk, old chap.
I like Silas going into like Obi-Wan Kenobi mode.
I'm going to try and slip a grenade into the pocket of the guy who's being condescending to me, but all things considered, if I do fuck it up, it's even worse start to this whole endeavour, so maybe not worth the risk. What do I have to roll for I can't remember. Sleight of hand? Finesse? I've got quite a lot of finesse.
Finesse would be it, yeah.
I do have 3 pips in finesse.
The escalation of you slightly pissed me off, so I'm going to put a live grenade in your pocket.
It's called being a PC.
Yeah. We're trying to take. I'm about to hang back and let them run off anyway. So as long as I give the signal to Silas, it's all going to kick off anyway. I mean, I'm just trying to think of any way we can flip it. I mean, the worry is, of course, that once they see we attack, then the rest of the Billhooks rush and attack us is the concern. Less concern if this is all we have to fight with, but it's that once we reveal ourselves, if they've been waiting. I think let me check my sheets so I know how much stress I've got, because yeah, I kind of want to how far can it flashback? Like triple bluffing. I feel like I remember being described a bit like Ocean's 11, but like now obviously they're here. I feel like, well, did we kind of expect this to happen, and could we have set up other what's the word, precautions in case it did? Is there try and give me
that's what
shipyards
flashbacks are for.
Exactly, we're pretty landlocked, right?
Yeah. I think Lorenzo, as you see them walking into the train yard, you can spot in the direction of Crow's Foot a plume of smoke from a fire. Right.
How many Billhooks are there on the ground at the moment?
6, they said.
I'm going to say 5 mooks and a lieutenant.
5 mooks and a lieutenant. Trying not to meta as well. It's a bit of a difficult one.
Yeah, you don't. Well, yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah, go on.
I'm just saying. So you've seen that Saffron is thinking about trouser bomb.
Do I know that plume of smoke is like from our territory, and it's likely going to be our place, or could that just be anything?
I mean, it's tricky. I mean, I'm tempted. You could do like a fortune roll to see if that's something that you would sense, like based on the direction.
Wouldn't that be more like a survey? Wouldn't it?
Yeah, could be a controlled survey.
Yeah, I could do a controlled survey. Actually, can I either add a dice or do it to great effect? Because I'm going to do it with my spyglass.
Oh,
spyglass.
That's handy.
First time the spyglass has been broken out of my hound loadout.
Nice.
this is great.
First time I've been in a position to use it.
Oh, well on this.
You're being a proper
Well,
hound.
I was planning on attaching it to my fine long rifle for increased effect or something like that anyway, so I'll use that now, do a survey. I've got 1 pip in survey.
I'd give you an extra dice because I don't think the extra effect is going to give you anything. It's going to be like you know it or you don't, basically.
Grand. My spyglass is cracked. Oh no!
All fogged up.
I fell it. I dropped it.
Yeah. Well, it's controlled, so the consequence of failure is negligible, really. You just kind of waste more time, I guess, doing this. So maybe you're kind of looking and scanning, but you can't quite make it out, so it's taking you even longer to do it if you wish to do it again.
And I don't work it out whatsoever.
No, apparently not. You can't make it out. Maybe there's buildings in the way, or
well, amongst all the industry in the city, I'm not surprised there's a plume of smoke. I mean, there's probably quite a lot, I imagine, right?
well, I think
This is more like fiery rather than like
I think
Leviathan oil
I
burn
think
or
as
anything.
an experienced hound, you would know, like in that direction of Crow's Foot, you would know if there's, you would know what factory smoke looks like. You would know what chimney smoke looks like. But obviously, a burning building causes a much bigger plumage.
Yeah, right.
What are the chances? So I'm not cracked yet. I need to really crack like wireless connectivity in this world, really, because this thing is really holding us back. Some kind of crafting, some kind of like burglar alarm back at the old Emporium. Get a wireless ping or some kind of like notification on my. I'm not really. Yeah, I need to really. I don't think it'll even look like Bartcraft bleeper.
Well, I said to Lawrie that somebody, I read somebody on the Discord, their hound, one of their pets, their familiar thing was one of the warden's crows.
Ooh.
So that'd be pretty good for doing like, looking through the eyes.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I was just thinking of another action roll to follow up. Could I command a gust to belt it over to where the smoke is? So I just get direct eyes on it.
Yes, but it would obviously take some time.
How long do you think?
Well,
If it's more than like 5 minutes, it's quite far too long.
About
Really.
as long as it took us to walk from the Emporium, or not?
It's the spirit dog who can
Well.
like run up walls and shit as well. Cross rooftops. I'm pretty
I
sure.
mean, it's they have to like cross a bridge, go through Char Hollow to get to Crow's Foot. Like I think it would take at least 20 minutes. I think. By which time, whatever happens at the train yard will be over. You might be better off just trying to survey again.
Yeah, just do that. I mean, I thought you had to use a different action roll each time you wanted to repeat the same thing, but I'm not sure.
No, with a controlled, you can actually attempt again, but you will
Yeah,
have
but-
lesser effect.
Okay. I'm trying to get this done quickly because obviously this is kind of minute, but
Might not be.
for less effect.
Yeah, but you still have your dice with your spyglass.
Yeah. I was in the mafia. I've burnt a few properties in my time. I know what a plume of smoke looks like. I'll use my
Definitely.
background to push effect. Yeah. I've
Yes.
done a bit of pyromancy.
Yeah, it's a good thing you have so many backgrounds.
Hey, it's one background. What do you mean?
I mean, normally in a game, you're like, my background was I was a criminal. Your background is I'm an aristocrat, criminal, sailor man,
Not
captain.
aristocrat. Never said aristocrat.
Well,
Never
yeah,
been
well-to-do, well-to-do.
Not really.
If you know Leviathan
Um,
hunters, then
more,
you'll be.
more well-to-do than
Standard
your
or limited?
average Dosvolian, I imagine.
You got a nice big
Yeah.
house.
Yeah. That's drug money. That's blood money, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's still well-to-do. It's new money.
No, not really. It's like when Tommy Shelby goes and joins Parliament, they all look down at him. They're like, who are you? A limited effect, yeah.
But he still has a nice big house and a nice car, which is a background in and of itself. So yes. Oh dear.
Probably mistakes.
Balls.
Wow.
That's get some low rolls.
Right. I guess Gus is off running then.
Yeah.
Report back at some point today.
There
Is
you go.
there on the way into the yard? Is there any kind of mechanical gate system that locks it off? Anything you have to go through to get here that could potentially be? No.
Well, it's a pretty run. It's like an abandoned thing. This
Okay.
is why the Lost are using it as a headquarters. So yeah, not much in the ways of
Oh,
security.
nothing I could have fashioned ahead of time. There's no ingress point that could have devised a mechanism to lock that I could maybe shut once we're all in, so at least reinforcements couldn't.
I don't think there's any
Fine.
any locking thing existing. Or you could have a hefty flashback, and I'll say that you fixed it up and derusted the mechanisms and got it working again before the score.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I just wouldn't have thought you'd wanted to pay like 3 stress for that.
Oof. Well, I can. He says, "Oof, I can do 3 stress." I can do 3 stress. It leaves me pretty on the edge. But
So you don't plan to be in the fight anyway, do you? That's why you've co-opted
Well,
Silas and the Stompers to walk the front lines of the battlefield.
Yeah, flashback is that. Yeah, no, thinking what might happen if we were tricked in such a way and we were lulled in to cut off any reinforcements. Yeah, so I was found. Saffron had ascertained the access point that used to be an old collapsed gate, but had repaired the mechanisms and now as they go charging off, you can go back and very quickly, and it'll seal shut to at least kind of stop reinforcements from coming from that position.
Okay, yeah, you can do that if you want.
Yeah. Do you want me to roll it or just stress it?
I think the stress is enough.
Oh,
Nice. It doesn't even look like it looks like it's been like not used in 50 years.
yeah. Well, just like Saffron.
Yeah. You are the rusted old gate of a human.
I'm proud.
Yeah. All right. Nice. So it sounds like the group is moving closer to where the lost are. I guess it's moments away from the Billhooks about to charge towards them, whereas they're waiting. Saffron, you've turned around to close the gate, I guess, when they're kind of far enough away that they haven't noticed.
It's very subtle, yeah. It's like just beep boop on a pan light, just slide shut.
Yep. Silas, anything?
I think
any triggers?
No, I think that although Silas is suspicious, he is currently unwilling to make the first move. I think just dealing with the great acts of treachery and betrayal, like he's willing to get into a fight, but he's not willing to start a fight by stabbing anyone in the back today. So
be conscious of which Billhook has the booby track grenade launcher.
So yeah, he's probably drawn his weapon by now, at least. So he's ready for a fight, and he's brought his big sword today because he knows he's here for a good one. But yeah, at the moment he's fully sort of reacting to the situation.
Okay. All right. Well, I think at that moment, the Lieutenant Cockney spots the lost, and you see Cortland waving his saber and saying, "Yeah, and what? Come over here, you pansies, and get us. Come and meet the end of my saber." Perhaps with a cigar and a chicken costume as well. And
yes.
And the lieutenant, I think, signals for the Billhook to shoot the grenade launcher. He's like, right, let's see what damage we could do with this lost scum. And then plunk, bam, explosion takes out. How many do you reckon, Saffron? I think I should do a fortune roll.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
It'll be a 1, so
it should be like takes out D6, right?
Yeah. 7d6? What was the grenade launcher on? Sure, I used grenade launcher once. It was multiple. And
the 6. So I'm going to say it takes out 3 Billhooks.
Nice. For that.
Or at least knocks him out of action. I think the guy holding it definitely dead.
Yeah.
I think with a 6, that is just, like, would you want that to be 3? Let's say it can be 1 dead and 2 knocked out the fight, not dead.
Yeah.
Or do you want? I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think I'm
No, I
trying
like
to
that.
basically say, like, because it's a success, would you prefer less death but less effect? But it doesn't matter.
No, I like that's a good. Either way, that's still a good square
Yeah.
away for me. I'm happy that it's half the forces. That's pretty much
Mm-hmm.
the best you could hope for, really.
Yeah, and then the lieutenant turns around and it's like, what the hell? And then he just turns to glare at you like, Saffron.
Wave a little bit,
Hello.
and I kind of give Silas the nod.
Yeah, I think that is actually what sparks Silas into action. So he's like pretty hesitant, but he sees the leader rounding on Saffron, and he gets that little switch flipped. He's like, "Stay away from my old man!" Kind of like just barges in.
My old gaffer.
You crafty old bastard. So yeah, he'll charge into the fray at that point.
All right, roll me a skirmish, and then you've got your stompers as well, so we can roll separately for them. Unless you want to lead them in a group action.
I think it would make sense. We're finally fighting together.
Yes.
I forget always. So they get to roll as a group in addition.
So I think add their dice to your roll. So add 2 dice to your skirmish.
Okay, and it would make sense to push oneself.
Yeah,
So
I think you
I missed a week. Is it 1 or 2 stress to push yourself? It's 2, right?
2 to push, 1 to help.
Yeah. Okay. I hadn't had an empty stress bar in a while, so like, look at all this money I got to spend. Yes. Let's do it. So we've also got a fine heavy weapon.
Yeah.
A weapon brought, for group engagements. His what do you say? We said it wasn't a Zweihander. We said we found another, whatever the Italian version was.
Yes.
Or whatever it was.
Lawrie,
Lawrie, you're the swords guy. Come back to us with an answer. Okay, position.
Well, I think let's just talk this through because there's a lot of things affecting the quality of the roll. So I think so there's 3 left. So you're definitely outnumbering them actually, and you're the same tier. So you're getting +1 effect for that. You've got a fine weapon. It's another plus, and you're pushing yourself for more effect.
I think effect, yeah, because I think we're going to have quite a lot of dice.
Yeah.
Although succeeding is more important than effect, but let's go for effect.
I think you've basically maxed out effect. So even on a 4 up, you pretty much take them all out, essentially. Right. Yeah.
All right. So, but the position I assume will still be desperate, right? Or is it? Maybe it's controlled because we're not controlled, risky because we're.
Yeah, I think some of that spills over into risky because you're in such a dominant position.
Yeah. All right. So we do risky. The effect is going to be extreme? ?
Yeah, I think so.
risky extreme. When did that ever happen? All right, and we're gonna have 2 bonus dice. All right, so yeah, there's a little brief flash of the old the old Silas. He's not been gone for long, but a less hesitant Silas as he springs into self-defense ambush ?
Well, I think with the extreme effect, you could even say, you don't know what should I say. You non-lethally, but kind of like take them out. You cut arms and and disarm and all this sort of business.
Let's hope so. Well, let's see if we definitely do succeed. I want to.
So we're trying to go for a relatively non. Oh my god!
Well,
Jesus Christ!
You got a
all
6.
right. Well, we get a 6.
I forgot how min-maxed Silas was.
Well, it's those 2 extra dice that make the real difference.
Of course.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
Oh, can you get a straight in Blaze in the Dark? What do you get if you get a straight?
And not that it's needed at this juncture, but still can't get a bloody crit. I've never had one.
Yes.
So I like that idea. I like that he sort of moves on instinct, and he's got this like big killing weapon. But yeah, he's He's striking not to kill, even against the Billhooks. So a deft takedown using like the big long weapon to like smash their weapons out their hands or like flick under their guards and stuff.
Go full like Highlander from Frona and use the hilts.
I think there's a pommel bash for the leader specifically.
Oh yeah.
Because I think there's like a sort of maybe like a cut to the legs or something, like not like a bad one, like a slash, and then as they're distracted, a big thump.
Yeah.
The ultimate disrespect with a sword.
Oh.
And then I think the Stompers, the Emporium Enforcers, just want to make sure we use their proper names sometimes. They come in to help, but they're more of a distraction than anything. But what they move to do is quickly secure the incapacitated.
Yes.
And then probably stand around a bit like, oh, good job, sir. We're here to help.
Yeah. I think Belk is still like twitchy and like somebody don't see it right with me. So something is just way too easy. Well, it's way too easy. These Billhooks, they're supposed to be dangerous. Where's the rest of them?
Silas turns to Belk in just a heavy breathing a little bit from the outburst, and just sort of looks up and goes, "There's always more blood, Belk." And then she just sort of goes back to sulking a bit.
Isn't it? Who's the guy in Frona who actually uses his sword like a club? Is it the Warden?
Yeah, the Warden does that quite a lot. A lot of that, like
upside down. Yeah,
stuff like that. That's fun.
Mm.
Very knightly combat, actually, to use anything but the blade.
Yep. Well, it's not going through the plates, so.
No.
All right, cool. Well, Lorenzo, you've seen this flurry of activity, and I think even Cortland is a little bit crestfallen because he'd psyched himself up for a last stand in his home territory, and he's like, "Oh, was that it? The Billhooks are supposed to be scary." And then he's like going with his saber and checking all the bodies. He's like, "Coran's not here. Where's Coran? We need him dead."
I wheel up and go, yes, not quite a plan, a bit suspicious. We're at a loss, I'm afraid. No more information to give you. This is not the ideal scenario we were hoping for, I'm afraid.
And Lorenzo, if you check the live location of Gus, he's crossing the bridge over into Char Hollow as we speak. So it'll be still a while before you get eyes on the source of that fire, but I think Belk essentially says like we need to go there, because if the Billhooks have attacked us at the same time, then all our turf is in danger.
Wheelchair booster.
You just catch up with Gus.
But no, I suppose now is the time to. Yeah, I guess it all seems calm here. Like no one's advanced. Lorenzo can't see anyone advancing opposition. It's all pretty. It's all fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I
Silas would like to
impotently open the gate back up again and regret my 3 stress. But there we go.
Yeah. Silas would like to ask the. Oh, sorry, my headset's dying. I'll keep talking anyway. Ask the lost to. Since we were here for them on their turf, would they mind terribly? Since they missed out on the action, like to come with us and make sure that our turf is safe.
I don't know why I can hear me.
I'm sure I know what you're saying.
How's he speaking so clearly, but his headphones off? I don't understand.
He's got a separate mic.
Where?
There on the right, you can see the little blue light.
Oh, that's fucking cool, isn't it?
And we're live.
I mean, yeah, can with the iPhone, but still. Do you? I have made you a really nice new gate for your dock. Is that worth any gold for you? A bit of compensation for my impacted stress.
Oh, you've tarmacked his drive, and now you're asking for 200 quid.
Yeah.
Hello.
Let's go.
Yeah, Lars, we can hear you.
Nice.
Hello.
Right. So sorry. I thought you guys kept like cutting me off and kept speaking over me all of a sudden. I was like, what the fuck?
Mate.
Rude as
No,
fuck.
rude.
I just want to say, like, as Lorenzo was looking into the plumes of smoke towards our territory, I think just before all the fighting kicked off, he was kind of seeing flashes of Bear's face in the smoke. You know, the one who possessed him
We know, yeah.
all that while ago. And as he kind of pulled away to scope in on the billhooks, he kind of like motioned his, brought the scope to his eye. And every time he's scoping on a target, you just see flashes of Bear in the target. And that kept like, couldn't shake it, so I kept throwing him off. Because I was going to jump with an assist on your roll. I prefer that, but he was actually just being like, fuck! Ah! Fucking Bear!
I love it.
Get up my head! You know?
Yeah, nice. Kind of like Batman seeing the Joker.
My trauma. My possessed trauma.
Nice.
So I just amused. I saw the message pop up from Sam on the the Groomsman chat saying he also needs to be careful not to bend over.
Is he? Oh, nice.
It looks great though. It looks really good. So
Yeah. It looks like he's. It looks like he's. He owns like a. They're one of those like new money Scottish lords.
oh god, he does, doesn't he?
It's the tweet.
Like, oh, hi, welcome to my castle.
Oh yeah, that yeah. You definitely see that man stepping out of a Range Rover.
Yes.
On his own land.
Nice. Oh yeah, substitute tie. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, nice.
Substitute tie, as in just temporary tie, or you've changed tie plans?
No, that's he's because your ties are pink also, so he's subbed in a pink tie for the picture.
Ah, okay, cool. Yeah, I was just checking. I was like, substitute's necessary.
No,
Fine,
you
fine.
all got your ties of pocket squares, free to keep.
Jolly good. Jolly woo. I mean, it's nice.
Yes. So boosters on, is it?
Yes, I mean Saffron can get there a little quicker, so I will take the advantage, even if it's a bit perilous. But we'll.
Does
as fast as I can.
does your motorized wheelchair have like some of those little like BMX bars on the back?
I mean,
Stunt nuts.
So that your carer can come with you.
it would be nice. I'm more thinking about the balance of the thing, but it must be pretty sturdy by now.
It was more of a facetious question, but if it's true, he'll take it.
No, I mean, it doesn't have it built in, but I'm sure you could. Down it more. It might toll backwards, I guess, is the only worry. But it must be stable enough if it can do ramming speed. It must have some kind of stability to it.
I would probably want some sort of roll to see if someone falls off.
Well,
yes,
now that you mention it, if we're maintaining things in the realms of semi-sensibleness. Silas is loaded out in his heaviest gear
that's a good point.
for this assault mission. He probably isn't hanging on to the back of the
It's
wheelchair.
toppling.
Yeah.
I yes, if I hadn't used my stress, I could have flashed back and installed a couple of stand bars, but alas, probably not. Well, yeah, Saffron will move as fast as possible to get there, and not its first sign of danger will duck into an alley, but yes.
All right. Well,
I think Gus gets there first, though.
Yeah, I think Gus will get there first, then Saffron will arrive on the speeding wheelchair, and then I think the rest of the party, having jumped into a carriage or like nicked a carriage or something, will head over there. Quick, smart. Oh, it's like kind of like that thing where it's like you got to cross the river and it's like the dog. No, wait, it's the man, the sheep, the rabbit, and the
one boat, rabbit and the
lettuce.
sheep. Rabbit and the wolf can't be on the same side. Yeah.
Yeah. So Gus arrives at the source of the fire, and it is indeed one of your turfs. It is the Hoy. No, wait.
Oh no.
What was the name of the pub? I think somebody
Leaky
wrote
Bucket?
it on your.
Why do I want to say cracked anchor? Did I make that up?
Yeah.
You did.
Why did I make that up? Where did that come from? Why is
It's,
that here?
It's the-
Martindale's the leaky bucket.
It's probably Baldur's Gate 3. That's
Anchor.
Hoi polloi.
Is it even a thing?
No.
it's the falchion.
Oh yeah, it's a pub in Stockport.
Falchion sounded right. Yeah, the pub, the Falchion. Yeah, that was a nicer one. Yeah. Wait, hoi polloi was nice or not nice?
I think it's the opposite of what it's supposed to be. So it's the
Hoi
not
polloi
nice
seems
one.
fancy, but it's not nice. So the Falchion was the nicer,
The falchion was like the mid-tier,
mid-tier.
fairly nice
Yeah.
pub.
Ah,
A step up from your
yeah, hoi polloi.
Weatherspoons, probably like a green. Was it Green Kings
Green King.
pub?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fullers.
More step.
Yeah, not your full blown independent bistro pub situation.
No.
Not the cracked anchor.
Not the cracked anchor in Stockport, which I'm sure is a lovely place.
Cracked Anchor's a great name.
I recommend it. It's quite nice.
It was a.
Do they even sell one lager, or is it all pale ale?
Sell some lager. They just also sell some nicer things too. You get board games there and stuff.
Look, you gotta get in Stockport, Lawrie, before the prices go up.
That's true.
It's up and coming.
Yeah, maybe.
Every time I drive through, I'm like, where do people go in Stockport when they live here? They go to the train station to go into Manchester, and that's it.
There's basically like one nice little area, like your sort of Stockport and Coates equivalent, where there is actually loads of really nice stuff, but it's quite nice, but it's quite a small area.
I need the loo very quickly. I'll back in a flash.
All right. So, yes, Gus sees that this is the Falchion pub house, and I think as the first responder sees Koran and a bigger group of Billhooks like leaving the scene of the crime, all intimidating, slashing people as they go.
Ooh.
Classic Billhook antagonism. Chuckling away at how they, you can hear Koran through the ears of the dog, I guess, being like, that'll show them for trying to double cross us. No one double crosses the Billhooks. Ha ha.
Are we all arriving here at the same time, or is this in the order of arrival?
This is I think Gus is only just getting there to be able to see them leaving.
Right.
I think by the time Saffron arrives, they're nowhere to be seen. And then obviously when you guys arrive also.
Unless I reveal Gus's superpower of firecrackers. Deploy the firecrackers, just distract all the Billhooks. Yeah.
What's that dog doing? I don't know. Let's go out of
Throwing
here.
up firecrackers. Gross.
But I think Belk's like, we need to get to the rest of our establishments to make sure that they haven't, they're not hitting them next. And then I think you've got some as of yet unnamed places like your you got a turf. Oh no, your turf is your it's the
boat, the foghound.
The foghound, yeah. Yeah.
I suppose, and the Emporium itself, if they're attacking
Yes, the lair.
Do they know where the Emporium is?
It's a shop.
Oh yeah, but do they know that it's like HQ? Will they even target it?
Might put two and two together.
This is just
Even though it
some
looks
old
fine.
man's antique shop. Let's just smash it up.
Yeah, it's called the Emporium.
Yes.
Look,
I-
Inspector Campbell working that one out on
Yeah.
a Sunday evening.
Yeah.
These bloody Emporium, I'm telling you, These damn Dodgers and these damn Emporium, there must be some sort of connection, I'm telling you.
I just don't know where to find them.
They're putting something down and I'm definitely not picking it up.
I think Silas would probably cast a vote for needing to secure the Emporium, especially since that's where any valuables and cash and things that we have are.
That is true. You have a stash. You have a full stash.
Well, there will certainly be time for some revenge for this, but I suppose it's probably more important we ensure we're protecting our holdings. Belk, straight to the Emporium, will you?
Right, waist up. Blues and twos. Jumps back in the carriage. Starts yelling at people like a blue coat, like tell them to get out of the way, and they're like, "What?"
Yeah. And then I suppose they'll probably have to secure more transport again or something.
No, I think you basically.
John took over.
I think the one that you arrived in, you can.
Yeah, probably.
You
probably
can
enough,
keep going
yeah.
towards the Emporium, and Lorenzo, you happy with that as well? You go in there as well.
Yeah, and then what the other locations? Can we just send Gus to like the other one, basically?
Yeah, I think the Billhooks, not the Billhooks, the Foghound. You could send that to, because that's moored in Crow's Foot, so you can go and check that out. He can go check that out.
Yeah, I'll send the dog there.
Okay.
Useful having this like telepathic dog. You can just see what he sees and talk to.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did I miss?
We're just dividing up. We're not dividing up. We're just heading to the Emporium because that's where we think's the next target, or that was already been hit.
Did we do anything with what's the state of the falchion? Was it rescuable? Was there anything we could do to save it, or is it completely wiped out?
I think we just missed it. Oh
well,
so we were still going over the order of arrival to the place, right? To the falchion.
Yeah, I think Mikey's asking whether you can actually save the falchion or not, but I think it's
So once we're all there, what does it look like?
Or is it a case of that Lorenzo can see through Gus that there's no immediate threat, and Saffron's there, and maybe they decide they'll go on.
So you missed that bit where Gus arrived and saw the Billhooks and Koran leaving the scene of the crime after setting fire to the falchion, and you'd seen it from 2 districts over, so it's obviously ablaze. Like there's not going to be much left to say but the timbers, basically.
No fire hydrants in Gus Fault.
I mean, I think it's on the river, but
not sure I can fashion a fire engine in the space of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, I would suggest that whatever the plan everyone else was to move on, but Saffron might do his best to check that if the people got out all right. That there's the people in there. He can do whatever he can to ensure as much safety as possible.
Yeah, and just to let you know, the rest of the guys are speeding off to the Emporium to.
Yeah, that's fine.
To defend it, and Gus is going to the Foghound also to check if it's being attacked.
That's fine. Saffron will stay with the falchion and do what he can to ensure it's.
Yeah, and I think in a town where there's lots of shanty old wooden buildings like crammed together, I feel like if one catches a light, pretty much everybody will get involved to start putting it out.
That's the hope. Saffron rallies the troops and calls
there's
out.
People like going to the water and grabbing like buckets of water and stuff. So yeah, maybe you can maybe your presence and efforts there and your knowledge of
Chuck a couple smoke bombs in that'll put out the flame, right? Because the smoke will kind of, that's
science,
that's
bitch.
Science, right? Choke out the flame.
You got a foam bomb,
fight fire with fire.
Well, with smoke. I guess fire does create smoke, but you know what I mean. Maybe it does something. But yeah, rallying the troops, getting everyone together.
Do you have a sand bomb?
Ooh, let me check. I haven't checked for a while. I've got some trance powder. Oh, got some fire
Oh,
oils.
just chuck that in. Everyone will.
He just takes his bandoliers, just chucks it all in. That'll be fine. Oh, the grenades.
What about that like nuke you were making in your downtime?
Yeah, well, it's got a proper titanium casing, so the fire wouldn't penetrate it, so it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, there you go, easy. They'll
But
just
no,
like build
Saffron-
over that when they reconstruct the building.
Saffron does as much as he can in that space while the rest head to secure, and he plans to catch up as soon as things are at least stable.
Well, I think they're on foot, and you're in your carriage. So I think you do manage to turn the corner into where the Emporium is, and maybe I can get a little. Oh, I happened to switch to the mission score. Apologies.
Oh yeah. Didn't read the text.
Let's see, get the old street up.
Oh, yes, please. Rewards. Nope. Nope.
So I think it's in Fisher Court Marketplace.
The
Emporium.
Who's that chap on the roof?
Lorenzo.
Get him.
There's
Oh,
a
yeah.
little. In top right. There's a little crow. There's the little.
Yeah.
The little warden's watcher.
That's his district.
It's his foot.
Still look cool.
Yeah.
You see it.
I think there's also Whitehall in the background, but your dad crows. Right. See, I think you turn the corner onto Fisher Court Marketplace. And it's night, so the market's closed down, but and then you see the group of Billhooks, and this is the group that you were expecting to see coming into the train yard. It's Koran, it's a couple of lieutenants, and it's probably like a dozen armed Billhooks, and they're getting their fires, ready to start throwing into the windows of the Emporium. I think simultaneously, Lorenzo, I think I'm going to roll an engagement roll. I'm going to roll a fortune roll just to see what's
Initiative.
happening. Oh well, I rolled a 1 on that fortune roll. So I think unfortunately that there are a squad of Billhooks arriving at the dock in Crowsfoot, and you can see that the Foghound is in its berth, and the Billhooks are coming up the gantry, but you can see Captain What's-Her-Face, got a name.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave.
Margaret Vale.
Margaret Vale. Yeah.
And as Gus kind of like watches and pants from the dockside, you can see Margaret Vale like just coming from over the top on the gantry with 2 pistols and just defending the Foghound, and she's got her crew there with their fish spears or whatever crew people have.
I think at that point, obviously, Lorenzo wants to strike out and attack as viciously as he can because of who these people are, but also what they've done to us thus far, just tonight as well, burning up a turf, setting up, shit packing. I'm gonna order Gus to join in and just go vicious, go ravage on him.
Okay, nice.
So he'll be helping put them all down.
All right. Okay, cool. I think that should. Well, let's just do another fortune roll. Let's just Let's let the dice decide in this dice game.
Yeah, what go wrong?
I'm gonna do 2 dice because
Oh, for fuck's sake.
you had to say it, Mikey, didn't you? Hey.
Olly!
This has been some miserable rolling, mate.
I got a 6.
Oh, that
that
6
one
fortune.
time.
No, all right.
That was a
That was
really
good.
good one.
That wasn't really good.
I can't remember what it was for.
The grenade.
Oh yeah, you enjoyed that, didn't you?
I did.
You
I
love
don't
it.
enjoy this though.
You love a bit of extra heat. Okay, well I think Gus is fortunately Lorenzo not very effective. perhaps is hit by one of the billhooks
The bastards.
as he sees
And
him
I
coming.
see this and I feel this through him as well.
Yeah.
So I can feel him getting hit by this meat hook.
Yeah. Gus is good against the ghosts more than the flesh bags.
I think if you guys can see Lorenzo with you, I think he's probably like he probably like gasps and like holds his chest, and maybe even starts bleeding through his shirt a bit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because it's
The
kind of
mind
like
makes it real.
because it's kind of coming through.
Yeah. Do you bark as well?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Do you
Of
like?
course. I see a hottie walk through the
Does
the
your
street.
little leg start going like you're dreaming?
Ow!
Yeah.
It might
Piss
seem
on the
bad,
street
but
too.
still not as bad as when Milo became best friend with my spirit animal, the gorilla. That was much more traumatizing.
Spinach.
Spinach.
Finish the gorilla.
Oh, Spinach was great. My best friend Spinach.
And he almost died whilst
Several times.
strangling your character.
Yeah.
Still the best RPG moment in
Yeah.
our history.
Yeah.
Purely because of the dice drama actually doing something beautiful.
Yeah. Yes, that was true. It was like a 1 in 10 chance. And Daryl like having to basically lose all of his abilities just to do it. Just to roll
was
the
it like
dice.
the one-time divine intervention or something like that? Like something,
Yes, yeah, it was like, it was the cleric's like, yeah, you probably know better than me now, you big D&D nerd.
Yeah, I believe it is divine intervention. It's a one-time ability.
Yeah.
Yes, you just the
That
one
was-
for your
that was the
entire
same
character.
It was to save Spinach, or it was to save.
Save Spinach from being turned into a zombie from like
Yes.
the touch of death. Yeah.
Yes.
See, this is why Spinach was never as close to you. Like, I just don't really feel like you cared that much about Spinach's life. If you
I
don't
just
really
have a-
remember
I just
his
have a
near-death
terrible-
experience,
I remember nearly dying a lot. To be fair, it happened
You
quite
did
often.
send him into melee combat at the beginning of every fight.
Yeah.
I think you sent him
Yeah.
against like the god of the
Cavernous.
who are those guys? The
I can't.
the horrible hyenas creatures.
oh, I can't remember them now.
But hey, he came out unscathed.
Yinogu. You sent him against Yinogu.
Oh God, yeah, they were fun, weren't they?
But anyway, yeah, it could be worse.
Wargs? No.
Yeah, I can't remember what they're called.
Yeah. No. They explode into more. It's weird.
I never had notes for that campaign.
Well, yes. Well, anyway, you arrive in the street of the Emporium and you see this mob of billhooks.
And we have how many lost do we have at our back?
You have the whole gang of Lost, all 5 of them.
Yeah. But including
Tier 1 Lost.
Yeah, we really should have maybe perhaps allied a sort of stronger organization.
Hey, billhooks, are you still interested in some friends? We said actually the joke last time was that they like if you had succeeded in ambushing them and then you just kept up the deception
again.
and just kept leading them into more and more ambushes and until there's like 1 billhook left.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, I guess I gotta trust these guys. They're telling me it's all well.
I don't know what happened, mate.
Okay, so it's quite a lot to deal with.
I think so. You got five Lost, did I say?
Mm-hmm.
There's Silas
We've got
and how many stompers?
stompers.
At least 3, 4, right? I think it was 3 pugilists and Belk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 8. No, wait, 9.
And they're wait, let me check
Plus
their-
3 is 11. 12. That's not far off.
their notes, because they are also fearsome. They're fearsome, whatever that means.
Yeah.
Good fighters. Good fighters.
Yes.
They're also principled, but have a gambling addiction.
I mean, complex characters, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're 3-dimensional.
Do we have a bit of a jump on them with them being distracted, or are they there's not much?
I think they see the carriage coming towards them.
So they
Should
are
turn the RGB lights off
basically
mine.
about to ransack the Emporium.
I think they're not exactly right at the thing when you arrive. I think they're probably like walking down the street towards it, like, you know, another minute, and they're throwing things in the window. So you basically managed to catch up to them just on the way.
Well, look, I think while we've got a bit of distance, it's got to be a bit of a fucking chuck a grenade in the group or some kind of before we get stuck in there, try and soften off a bit. I feel like I'm going to go for one of those. I mean, this is war, right? We're not going to talk about this one, right?
Saffron, were you staying at the Falchion, or were you going with them?
I thought you said I managed to catch up with them. Didn't you say, oh, am I still...
Oh, I meant everybody caught up with the Billhooks.
Right, I haven't caught up yet.
Well, it depends how long you
Then-
want to stay at the Falchion. I thought you were going to stay back and coordinate
Yeah,
putting out the fire.
it all depends how quickly it's stabilised to a point. Like, say, if suddenly 100 people rushed in, it would be like, all right, well, I'll fucking fine then. But
I don't think they're going to put out a big roaring fire.
no, but I mean, like,
soon.
basically, there's nothing else that I can do it. That kind of vibe, like. That's
Yeah,
what
I
we're
don't
doing
think.
for.
I mean, if you do stay, the best you'll do is maybe you'll save the whatchamacallit, like the skeleton, the frame of the building. I don't know, like the thickest timbers. That's about it.
Where's the violence, Saffron? We want to be killing these bloody
I know,
bastards.
but I'm not aware of what's going on. I'm just doing what Saffron would do. I mean, at the end of the day, no. Actually, you know what? I couldn't remember the pub. As long as there's no people at risk, and there's people on it, like you said, people rushed out, and there's no one screaming help me. Even I have to like Tobey Maguire my way up in the, find Green Goblin.
You hear this
defending an old
horrible
lady.
scream noise that sounds like it's coming from a recording.
So no, basically, there's no human life in danger, and people
The
are putting it
person
out,
with their hood
then-
up, and it's a weird,
Exactly.
like conal shape,
Who could it be?
just hanging out in a burning building.
Then I will try and jump up as fast as I can.
All right, cool. Then you might arrive a little bit later.
All right.
I think So I think you said you were just slightly outnumbered.
I was ahead of everyone as well, wasn't I? So I was ahead of everyone. To be fair.
That's true. So maybe you were helping out whilst you were still there, and then you left with them. Okay, cool. So yeah, maybe you are actually
Okay.
about even numbered, although you've got tier 1 with you, which will affect things.
Indeed.
And I think there's a bit of a standoff.
Mm-hmm.
As no one says anything, and I think if no one on your side says anything, I think
I think Silas probably decides that it's better that he engages first. Like he's kind of like it's not a backstabbing situation. He's not gonna feel bad about it, but it's his time. So I think he's probably already got his sword out.
Well, Saffron will definitely before things go will lob a grenade in there because there's not much chances for maximum damage.
So I think for the cool cinematics of this bit, Silas is kind of just walking towards them with his sword out, and he looks at them and he's like,
for Gus.
And a grenade flies over his back.
I don't know where you think you guys are going, but Brick sends his regards, and you're welcome to join him.
Ah, nice.
And then the grenade sails over.
Ooh. I will roll brick or finesse.
I think we always said throwing stuff was finesse, which is why you've been
Yeah, if
upgrading it.
I just
Well,
want
yeah,
to know very clear.
it was my
Like,
blow
I
dart
know.
first. Was the main.
If this grenade lands at Silas's feet, you should not be looking forward to seeing me again.
You started walking before the grenade went off.
You've got history with these grenades and fire bombs not landing where they're supposed to.
Position.
Risky.
You can use any action roll for anything, though, can't you?
I mean, as long as it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, wreck would imply that you're trying to blow up everybody in the area.
No, wreck would be more if I was trying to demolish a specific place or devastate an area,
Yeah.
which is kind of what I am, but it's all good. Actually, I've got more pips in finesse than wreck now, which is crazy. But there we go.
Nice.
Effect.
I'll say standard.
Lovely.
Yeah, standard.
Hey,
Well, it's a 6.
boom! Grenades are on 6s today, boys.
6, a 3, and a 2. All right, cool. So this grenade goes, and then I'm not gonna roll to see how many it hits because you got a 6, and I think on a success, throwing a grenade at a bunch of dudes, I think it's gonna incapacitate. I think we said 3 last time, right? Was the was the grenade damage radius?
Yeah, that's the grenade equation.
Yeah. So actually, whenever I play Helldivers and I have the flamer and I arc it, I always think of my keep being like, how do I arc it? I arc it 180 degrees.
Woo!
Yeah, it was one of those rules that never ever stuck in the head, no matter how many times. Just didn't.
It stuck in my head.
Yeah. It just didn't stick. I should be able to recall it to mine now, but wouldn't even know where to start because it was the dice over equated how far it could arc from the start. Oof.
And it was like you had to spend your wrath dice to do it. Anyway.
One day we'll go back to well, I suppose we have gone back to it, but whenever we do go back to it, the level of crunch compared to this is always like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, it's good, it's fun, it's interesting, but yeah, you roll a 6, 3 die.
Nice.
Yes.
That's easier.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's a 9. Wait, how many?
That's a 12. That's a 12. That's 12.
Is it 12?
Yeah.
It's 11 if you count them up.
Yeah.
What?
So it's 3. So yeah, a quarter.
Oh, the people, yeah.
A quarter of the billhooks.
Of the goons.
Yes, you see them, even though some of them are wearing like, some sort of armor and stuff. I think the grenade goes rolls underneath them, catches them from underneath, where they're wearing like metal chest plates and stuff like that. Cuirasses maybe, and it just gets underneath them, and they go blasting off. Cobblestones fly into the air. They may not be dead, but they're definitely on the ground, not being able to get up again for a while. And then I think, Silas, you reach the front line as they're kind of like turned shocked. And which kind of segment of the line are you aiming towards? Is it where Koran is and his lieutenants?
I think he's going straight for the bosses. Yeah.
It's a lot of bosses.
He's got to, hasn't he? I think
Lorenzo...
in his head I think it definitely part of that sort of wishy-washy code of honor situation. He's like, he's got to go for the boss head to head.
Is Lorenzo leading the Lost, or are they hanging back? Or are they doing that? I just hope they're joining the charge. Or I guess they're their own entity, I suppose, aren't they?
They're their own thing, yeah.
Well, I think Lorenzo would not be leading into a melee, would you? He'd be holding back and...
If I was, I'd be using my twin pistols up close.
Yeah, you're probably...
Oh,
you're probably like...
But
No, you take
to be honest, I've been thinking about this for a bit now, and I'm thinking, I think Lorenzo would actually just fuck off to the Foghound and try and help Gus, sorry. Because he's literally, you can feel and see, feel the pain that Gus is in. You can the blood's even coming through on him. You can really feel it, like the distress he's in. So I'm thinking, would it make sense for Lorenzo just to kind of continue where he's at, push through that?
This sounds like a looking for trouble situation.
Well, that's what my gut feeling tells me that Lorenzo's gonna go and save Gus now. He's gonna turn back. He might let off a few shots and then go and find Gus. And I feel like if he didn't, that would just incur stress, right? I feel.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say so, but I think, from what it sounds like, your Lorenzo would not be able to fight very well if he was having this mental stress.
I think
but also maybe you're the only one who knows what's happening at the Foghound, right? So maybe you logically think that your presence would be better served at the Foghound rather than trying to snipe into this melee
Yeah, and
in the middle of the
I
street.
imagine there's civilians around still as well, right? And yeah. I think, I'm okay. I'm just gonna call it. Lorenzo's sprinting, I'd say, as much as he can, and as much pain as he is. But he's gonna sprint as fast as he can to Gus. You might just like shout quickly to Saffron and say, "I'm sorry," and then just leave. I think.
Lorenzo, no.
All right. And then you really are that bicorned character on the roof. Okay, well, I think the lost. I think Cortland's like torn between the two, and he's like, cousin, do you need help? What are we doing? Holding his saber.
Very dashing.
I mean, I think this is the first time that Lorenzo's had this ability with Gus, that Gus has actually been injured. So this is a very first experience. It's a very new experience for him. So it's very confusing. Would definitely throw you for one.
Yeah, I think default setting. I think Cortland is kind of like looking around, and yeah, maybe he is telling the lost to help people get out of the way of the fight because there are errant, muskets going off and swords flying around, and they're all about saving the people. So, and I think with Silas and the Stompers, it's 5 versus 9. I think.
Good odds.
Yeah. But let's do Silas's charge roll.
Yeah, no pressure when it's these ones. I mean, the last one was like, oh yeah, cool, but this one it's like, yeah, you charge into the thick of the enemy with all the big bads. All right, well, how do you want to do it this time? Do we group action just generally against the whole thing, or like something split off with Silas for the big boys and like the stompers for the others? Don't know what works best.
Well, if that's the way you would want to,
I think that's the way it would like
lead.
It would break down. Like probably he would go and do that, and they would do the others. Just
Do the chaff, yeah.
Yeah.
You've got the precision weapon.
Yes. The precision. Hang on. Let's just. I know we want to do this roll, but No, I don't think it was an Italian one. I don't think we ever said espadone in the last sword discussion. Anyway,
espadone.
Yeah, I just don't think we did. Right.
What was the
charges in?
Yeah. All right, cool. So you're going into Corin and his lieutenants.
Corin and his mates.
All right. Well,
He's obviously pushing himself.
Okay, you're doing your roll first. Okay.
Oh wait, sorry. Do you want to do chaff first?
It's up to you.
Let's do Silas first, and then we'll see, because there might be a follow-up.
Fine.
So he's obviously going to push himself.
Yes.
It's time for us to activate our special ability, not to be trifled with. So he can push himself to, for example, engage a small gang on equal footing, which I think makes perhaps his 3v1 an equal.
Yep. Yeah.
An equal battle. And then we go. So this time it feels like it probably is desperate.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think so you're on equal footing, so quantity doesn't count. I think they will also have fine weapons cancelling out your fine weapon. So I think it is going to be standard effect.
What about it being a heavy weapon?
A heavy weapon.
It's a bit unspecific in the book as to what that means. I think it's maybe like it could confer an advantage depending on the situation.
Yeah, I think to me that's like I think the way we played it is that it's got like for every 5 enemies take +1 attack kind of thing. It's like a force multiplier.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, well let's see what happens here then. It's no pressure.
Remember, you can roll to resist harm as well. I mean, roll
Yes,
to resist consequences.
I've got armor as well.
Yes.
Heavy armor. I'm just playing with the idea that you could offer me a Deville's Begin if we can construct a reason that would make sense to do with his recent trauma. Like potentially the consequence could be worse because something's gone wrong. I don't really know how we might make it up, but I just think it could be quite fitting that this is his first big engagement since then, and he's got a brave face on, but we don't know the potential effects.
Yeah. I don't know what the benefit would be though of the Devil's Bargain.
Yeah. Yeah, because the benefit would really be he performs as planned.
Yeah. Is there something in your equipment you could use that would make it a bit more risky, or? I mean, I think the Rage Essence Vial would be pretty.
Yeah, so I think the thing for Silas is he doesn't want to use it. He doesn't want to use it because it will definitely cause a situation where he loses control and that's becoming a problem for him. So, I'm just trying to think how it could make sense. But nothing is coming to mind. It's fine. We'll power. We'll just power on. Power on.
Yep.
It's fine. Oh, thank God, at least there's a 4. Oh, Jesus.
2, a 4, and a 1. So I don't think anybody's got more than on your last roll, you got a 6 and a 4. Yeah. It's only been a few 4-ups in this game today. All right, well, success with a desperate consequence.
Oh, sorry, I should have had 1 extra dice. I didn't add the pushing dice.
Okay.
I'll just roll a... What if I got 1 pip in? There's a 1 pipper. Okay, never mind. That's just how it always goes.
You failed to study. your post fight study. You failed to study that the enemy sword coming straight towards your head. So I think. Well, first of all, I think the consequence is going to be you take hits back. And I believe you'll probably burn your heavy armor for that, right?
Yeah, so I get it's just you get two uses of an armor with heavy. So.
Yeah. So like a level. Yeah, they're tier 2 as well. So a level 3 harm goes down to level 2.
Okay. Let's say Billhooks.
And let me start another clock for this little command squad. And you got a standard success. So I'm going to say you took out the first lieutenant with your swinging in charge roll. And probably the bigger one steps in front of Koran wielding his hooks. And you do some fancy kind of melee fighting, and you manage to end up with the blade through his throat.
Yeah.
But then you weren't expecting Corin and the other one to come around, and you get some jabs and scrapes, and you can feel them scraping your metal armor, narrowly avoiding your soft bits.
Just getting in between a bit.
Yeah, you just managed to do the Game of Thrones thing where you grab the hook between your chest plate and your arm plate, to avoid getting cut by it. But now you are stuck in a desperate melee. And now we can roll for the Stompers.
Stompers?
Ooh, right. What do we roll?
So they are tier 2 as well, so it's 2 dice.
Alrighty.
I might give you a +1 dice for them being fearsome, was it?
Yes. They are fearsome fighters. Pugilists and brawlers all. And Bell.
But they are outnumbered, so it's going to be a limited effect. Well, actually...
Alright.
I'm not going to fuss around with effect because it'll just be they'll take out who they take out. But I think this is going to be like desperate for them basically because they can't they can't defend themselves on all sides and attack basically.
All right. So
Go.
Internet's gone again.
Whoa. So
I'll
I'll.
just disappeared from the screen.
Oh, hello.
Hey,
We
back.
can hear you.
What's going on here? Okay, that was odd. Right. So they're two with a +1. So I'll just roll it as Silas because he's got 3 pips.
Yeah.
Limited. Oop. Oop.
Oh.
Oh, go on, lads. At least it's a 5. Couldn't roll a 6 to save your life, could you?
No. So so they take out a couple more billhooks. Oosh, oosh, oosh. As they... Well, actually... yeah, I'm gonna say 2 more billhooks go down. Are they like punching knuckle dusters and stuff and stuff like that?
Oh yeah. They're definitely on the upgraded brawling weapons kind of hype.
Mm-hmm.
I think when they go out to do their sort of, business patrolling, they're a bit more proper. But they all have similar weapons to Silas, like bladed gauntlets and like things just tucked away.
Yeah, nice. It's the Templeton blade.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. Signature weapon for the boys. But raised blade to flat cap, pansies.
Yeah.
Are the Stompers our tier, are they?
Yeah, your cohorts are always your tier in their ability that they are basically therefore fighters.
Stomping.
Yeah, the stomping is 2 dice because you're tier 2. And the desperate consequence is, and the limited effect means as well that they take as much as they give. So actually, I think a couple of the stompers are taking some hits as well.
Oh, hits us all right. Thought they were goners.
Well, I think some of them at least are out of action.
Oh yeah, sure.
Cool. And then Saffron, are you doing anything?
Are the Lost gonna? I mean, sure, I've attacked. It's surely Lost, and then everyone else gonna attack. I don't wanna.
The Lost are helping civilians because they're kind of not been told to do anything, but.
Yeah. I thought they were autonomously doing things.
Yeah, they're like helping civilians and stuff, but you could tell them to get stuck in, or Silas could tell them to get stuck in.
Yeah, no, I say get stuck in. Please, get stuck in the command, please.
Yeah, Silas is a bit busy. He wouldn't even have noticed. I don't think that no one's helping.
All right.
I think Saffron would have very much noticed that half our army isn't just faffing around.
Half of our army.
I know there's a bit of distraction when Lorenzo buggered off, but
Oh no, my Lost unit is has not been given an order. Shit. So I'm gonna give they're 1 dice because they're tier 1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them a bonus dice.
Ooh.
Because they can basically get a flank, I think.
Nice.
And they're kind of like sneaky rogues, right? As a gang,
Yeah.
so they're not going to be like just charging in behind the stompers. They're going to like get around the sides, keep to the shadows, and then they're going to start like coming out with their daggers and stuff. It's only Cortland who's like, ah. All right, let's see what happens.
Oh.
Well, I rolled a 5 and a 6.
He's come to play.
Hey, thanks for turning up.
So they actually take out 3 billhooks. 3 billhooks fall to... You just see them, Silas, maybe over the heads of the melee. You just see, like, grabs around the throat and then kind of thing.
Nice. Go back. Is that in character or is that you, Lawrie? Because both of you fucked off.
Yeah. BRB running down the street for the rest of this fight.
Gonna grab The dog. Okay, it's going well.
You know, British people care more about their dogs than
Yeah, no, I'm aware.
humans.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
I assume. I mean, yeah, I assume the Billhooks going to retaliate. I assume at some point.
Well, I mean, the enemies don't have their own actions, do they? So
Yeah, I already got stabbed once.
As always, we just attack at them. That's fine.
yeah. So they attack through your like consequences.
Right.
With this. Oh wait, sorry, Saffron. Did you do the thing you wanted to do? Yeah.
I don't know. It's a tough one. It's pretty. A lot of Saffron stuff is very area of AOE. It's a tricky one. We could go for an old classic. Go for a bit of a. Oh, if I had full stress, would I be flashing back to say I equipped the Emporium with manned turrets outside that could? I had zero stress right now. I'd be flash back in some defense turrets. My goodness.
You could always run into the Emporium and grab all of your chemicals and bag chemicals.
Yeah, everyone's pretty entangled, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm trying to think of like stuff you could do, like kind of environmental things you could do maybe to kind of make the fire a bit more dynamic. Maybe like you could drive the carriage through the melee, and then it turns into like a Pirates of the Caribbean duel where Silas and Corin are like hanging off the side of the
on the wheels. I worry it would do more damage than good. Any
But is it cool?
Very cool. Any like manhole covers that can be like blown up and fused. Could set a booby trap under the. Is there like a manhole could? But then it didn't do as much damage to us as them. Is my only concern. As fun as it all is, everyone's pretty.
Yeah.
I'd love to wreck something. Yeah, it would be great. But everyone's so.
Do you want there to be some scaffolding you can collapse?
Yeah, but again, what's going to do is kind of like I was almost thinking like a bit much, but like blow out the windows and shatter the shield over the glass. But then again, it's going to fuck us up as much as them. Although yeah, maybe I wouldn't. I'd be up for a. Let's see. If I had some scaffolding, I could certainly. What would I do to it? I can't just keep chucking grenades at things.
Au contraire.
No, I mean, I'd like to, but this is where it starts. This is where the grenade falls in the middle of the pile of people. I'd love to flash back and say yes. There's a handy thing with a little pull cord that I can just doop, and it's preset to collapse. I'll have to be a bit boring.
Never.
I know. Run out of wrecking tools. Oh, they never fucking come through.
So I don't think you don't want to charge full speed into the back of the
Not
lieutenant.
not into the mixed melee as well. Again, this has never gone well for Saffron. If there were a couple to the side, maybe. Sabotage, probably drill, mallet, spike, primer, acid, spark torch,
fuel on the street that you could like press F to.
Yeah, collapse. Well, a scaffold would be good, but again, I'd need to flash.
Even like because it's a market street, right? So there's going to be stalls there with other things on them.
Yeah. Well, could I? Yeah. If there's like a. Yeah, kind of like what I was thinking. Okay, if there's like a stall of like fruit and veg or something, I'd love to like just rig it to blast and it kind of like just fires all the just debris into the mess, just to really just throw one off their feet and just kind of. So not looking to necessarily a lot of explosion happens under the car, but just kind of really just throwing everyone off their game. But he's given Silas a little nod. Silas kind of knows he's coming. At least Silas is prepared.
You shout, "Get down!"
Silas knows what sort of antics Saffron is always up to. He's probably got a little sixth sense for when Saffron's going to blow something up.
He shouts. Saffron shouts their prearranged command for nonsense is about to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah.
They definitely have a code word for I'm about to do something dangerous. Get your head down.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to be like porridge.
But yeah, the aim is to
Lord wishes
disorient.
porridge.
The aim is to disorient and give our guys a bit of an upping because they're a bit more ready for this kind of stuff. Whereas I think the others might be a bit alarmed by a explosion
fine.
going off. And
Okay.
I'll roll a wreck. And here we go. What are we going to do? What position?
I think this is risky standard.
Lovely. So if I could incapacitate some guys, that'd be great as well. So try not to, not lobbing a grenade into the
You
fray.
get a crit, maybe.
Oh, it's close.
Whoa, the sixes.
There's good explosive sixes today. Loving it.
That's true, actually. Was your last grenade a six?
Yeah, I rolled the grenade going off as a 6, the grenade into the crowd was a 6, and now the exploding fruit cart is a 6.
Why didn't we think of this before?
That's well easy.
Just get into street fights.
Yeah.
That's the score. That's the game.
Jesus. This has been, I don't know, I have to stop rolling after this.
Right.
I said the doom.
You sense the doom siren.
Right, Saffron shouts out the porridge!
Porridge.
The
Cool.
cart just like blasts and just wood shrapnels across the group, but also just fruit and scattering oranges and melons, just causing confusion and just.
Cool. So I'm going to say that the Stompers and Silas have better effect now against the Billhooks, who have been like shards splintered and sort of a bit like, don't know what they think. Probably think they're under attack, bombardment. What's going on?
Disoriented.
Disorientated. Nice. Oh, but hang on a second. Do the Lost know the code words?
No, the Lost probably don't, unfortunately, no.
Okay, well, they also having a lesser effect versus them.
Yes.
+1 to wound against them.
I thought I told you guys porridge. I'm sorry.
Do the Stompers know porridge?
Yeah, of course the Stompers know porridge.
Why not just flash back and tell them?
Don't be stressed. I mean,
I would say that's no stress. That's
a low. I'll do a low impact flex. Say, oh, by the way, we've got the time.
It'd be a 1 cost to say it to the Lost. 1 stress to say it to the Lost. Flashback to the Lost. Say it.
Bye.
Because it's not guaranteed that you'd be like, and by the way,
sure, of course,
youngsters, if I ever shout porridge, then you should know to duck.
Be prepared for some bullshit.
All right, nice. Well, let's.
I like the idea of Saffron giving us his scoundrel lessons in the morning, like a teacher.
Yeah.
Like, when I say lesson number 1, when you hear porridge, duck.
I think he just says it like when you're like in the carriage, like going places. He just like non-stop like.
Yes.
Oh, he
thinks the same story again and again and again.
He thinks he's the world's tutor, the world's professor.
Yeah.
That's it.
Going through his stratagems.
That's it.
And of course, it was the ancient Iruvian captain, blah, 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 who first used the grenade in great effect.
Under the melon cart.
And that's how he gained control of the Iruvian crown for 620 years.
That should have been my bloody crown, but...
Indeed.
Yes, that's why I used the old Iruvian saying, never trust a melon cart.
I always wondered where that came from.
I think I found my next character for our next one shot. The old general.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So let's go round to Silas again then.
All right.
Stompers.
So what I'm thinking is going on in Silas's fight is they're locked in the melee. You know how there's sometimes that little exchanging of words, whatever, and then there's like a little break part.
Yeah.
You say melon.
So they're like, I think they're fighting, and then the melon cart explodes, and there's this little break in the fight. And Silas kind of steps away, kind of like checks his injuries, and he pulls out his essence vial, and he holds it up to Corin, and he says, "You know what this is, don't you?" Which I assume, he just assumes the answer's yes. And he holds it up to him, and then crunches it in his hand, drops it on the floor, says, "I don't need this for the likes of you."
Nice. Yeah. A Billhooks would definitely know what a rage essence vial is.
Yeah. And then Milo hopes that this is not a regrettable action. So he goes back in.
Yeah, I think Koran's like holding his special unobtainium
No!
flesh hook, and he's like,
as Koran goes, "I've got one of those."
Yeah, he turns into the Hulk.
Shit. And Silas is down licking up the rage essence. Anyway,
Well,
I think
to be fair, I think if you that could be a consequence. To be fair, on a roll, but I think Koran's like holding his blade, and he's like, "You're going to regret doing that."
Yes. All right, let's go. I really need this to go well, so I'm obviously pushing myself again because it's getting a bit life or deathy, and I've just made a narrative decision. It's going to be desperate. So pushing myself. What are we saying the effect is now? This is with this disorientation benefit.
Has anything changed since the last?
Melon cart.
Okay, so I think you had standard,
which I've used for narrative flavour for the purposes of this, but I would like to not.
Okay, so melon cart is +1 effect, I think.
Okay, so
you're great effect.
It will be great effect. So I would like to use my push self bonus to counteract my -1 dice. So I'm just on 0 dice, 0 bonus dice because I'm wounded.
Oh, okay. Since when are you?
Yeah.
Since when were you wounded?
Well, it reduces the harm, doesn't it, by a level?
Oh, of course. Yeah, you're right.
I don't resist it entirely, so I should.
You're the only player in this campaign to have remembered harm.
Yes,
I remember harm. It's just that Saffron doesn't do anything that harm would do.
It's different. I remember harm by self-reporting and taking my bonuses.
Yeah.
Mikey remembers harm for 6 to 8 weeks post the harm.
That's true.
I definitely remember it in downtime.
The burning indignantly.
Yeah.
I was trampled for 6 weeks.
Half of the course for Silas. So great effect, no bonuses. 3 dice. Let's go. Fuck.
Oof.
Welly Wellington. It's a 1, a 3, and a 3. That is a failure, a desperate failure. Good thing you've got another slot of armor, eh?
Yeah, sure is. All right, so that's 3 armor slots to use.
You know when you said about someone taking a rage essence vial?
I think this would be a great story moment.
I think one of the surviving lieutenant pulls one out, grins at you like,
God.
We told you you'd regret that. Vindication. Gulps it down, and him and Koran move in for the kill, and I think that's another level 3 harm down to 2.
Yep. That's right. Stabbed was this one. Stabbed, I suppose.
Stabbed, hooked.
Yeah.
Lacerated.
So, I would just like to note at this time that optimized build is not being played as a what's the fucking word? The min-maxing. We're not min-maxing today.
That's true.
No,
No,
it hurts. It hurts a bit, but it's fun.
I mean, that and the desperate rolls, you'll get loads of XP after this.
Yeah. If he survives.
And I think this lieutenant guy has like a one-handed like hammer, and I think as he parries your blow, I think he slams into your armor plate, basically rendering it useless. So you have to discard it now.
Broken ribs.
Yeah. So let's see. Roll for the stompers then.
We need stompers to pull it out of the bag, really, don't we?
Yeah.
So just roll that as a skirmish.
They've got their +1 effect as well.
So they'll be standard effect now.
Yep.
Go on, stompies.
Oh.
I mean, fine. Fine, I'm happy for them. I'm very happy for them.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well, I think at that juncture, and let me just roll. I'll roll quickly for the lost as well. And they're just doing the one dice. They're not ambushing anymore. Well, I think what happens is the Stompers are just like punching into these guys as they're like getting hit by these they're melon-carted and knocking them out. And I think maybe the two at the back turn to actually run, and they turn around and they like, when they're panicked, they like slash out of the lost and they like take out some of the lost, barge past them and start bolting it down the street.
Which way?
Away from you.
I'm kind of thinking if I can run them down with the wheelchair.
What
No,
happens when you get there?
You're not meant to charge into the melee, but you are meant to cut the men down as they're fleeing with your blade,
Yes!
your scythed wheelchair.
That's
Like an Egyptian pharaoh riding from
That
off their
is
scythed chariot,
exactly my kind of vibe.
cutting down the peasants that have like rebelled against you. I like it.
Alex can't play today, but he's writing an essay about how bad Jeremy Corbyn was again in our
What?
Discord.
Good.
But yes, so Saffron, are you anything that you want to do now, or are we moving straight back into the fight against Koran?
Well, I mean, it's from my maths, it sounds like we've got Conrad and a lieutenant left.
Yes,
A couple of Billhooks, a couple of grunts left.
they are fleeing the scene.
All grunts are fleeing.
The two remaining grunts are fleeing.
Nice. I mean, I kind of want to mow down the grunts, to be honest.
I mean, what role would that be? It'd have to
I
be
can't
some sort of
remember what
skirmish or-
what did we use for manning a vehicle? I can't remember. I think we used Prowl. No, what did we use? Because I definitely had a pip in it, but I can't see anything. What would I have done? We've definitely done like vehicles before, haven't we?
I think we've done finesse, but I feel like
No, not for finesse, not for. I mean, no, exactly we did because finesse says handle a vehicle or a mount. This is why I popped my points into finesse. It says handle a vehicle or a mount.
okay, but I'm not going to say it's. I'm going to say it's limited effect.
They're running away.
Yeah, I know, but there's two of them. I
Can I trade position for effect? I'm rolling really well.
Yes, you
today.
can.
Brilliant.
Have a desperate standard roll.
You're gonna
Or
get clubbed
finesse.
in the face again.
Yeah, but I want some XP, baby. Okay.
Do some training like a normal person would do.
No,
You're an old man. Stop trying to beat on huge thugs.
This is my trade. They're huge thugs. They're fucking on. Right, so
They're Billhooks. They're
desperate.
big meatheads with hooks.
You've been caught with their trousers down.
Effect is now standard.
Yes,
Right, I've been rolling sixes all day, guys.
you have on explosions, not
Why would you
ramming
say
speed.
that sentence?
Just say
Because
that
I-
you've got.
Because I'm a god. Yes. Yes.
That is another
Check that
6.
XP.
It's my day,
Take
baby.
that XP off,
It's my
Mikey.
day.
Who knew Saffron would be the MVP of the
Ooh,
the skirmish score?
that's
All right,
it.
so you do manage to Bodicea cut down these
Finally.
hooks.
Finally.
The finessery of a wheelchair with scythed chariot blades on the wheels.
You just flick the controls and you like do like a skid. You
Yeah,
turn
it's a bit of
like
a slide.
Tokyo
Yeah,
Drift,
Definitely, it's a Tokyo Drift.
Oh my
It's
God.
definitely a Tokyo Drift.
taking out their thighs.
I knew there was a reason I put more pips into finesse. It covered everything.
You know those like scenes in samurai shows where the samurai just draws his katana in one swing, he just
Yeah.
fells the foe and they just like fall apart in two. I picture that's what's happened to these billhooks. They're just like their torsos
Well,
falling from their legs.
No, it's not quite that.
It's made like knee height, really.
Yeah, you've
No,
mangled
no,
their
it's
legs.
Absolutely, the chariot scene from Gladiator.
Well, I get a one line. I get to say, "Going somewhere," or something like that. You know, really kind of like, stick it to them as they lay legless on the floor.
No running in the street.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. Well, let's do Silas. Let's do your roll. But you have the
So happy
Stompers and
with
the
that.
Lost now helping you.
Yeah, it's looking
Yes.
good.
Okay. Well, he can't push himself anymore. Well, he could, but he. I don't want to get a third trauma today, so let's save that for just in case we need to resist harm again.
So you've got the 2 dice from the Stompers,
All right.
and then you're going to have
So-
increased effect from the Lost.
Right. So it's going to be desperate again.
Yep.
It's going to be increased. So we're up to. Are we going to be on a great still, aren't we? Probably. Although
So-
maybe more because we're outnumbered and all that.
Yeah, so you were great last time. I think it's still great because I think the Rage Essence Vial is cancelled out by the Lost now helping. So
That
yeah.
makes sense. All right, and then will just be 1 bonus dice though because of the injuries.
point.
Very good.
Yeah, so battered and bruised, clutching his ribs. Probably now, sort of swinging his greatsword one-handed as he tries to finish the hack job. What probably started out, I think, as him trying to sort of fight non-lethally, what he's trying to do. It probably caused him to make some errors, and that's out the window.
Yeah.
He's just swinging. He finally rolls a 6. He finally rolls a 6.
Join the club.
Oh god, his life's on the line here.
All right. So we've got 3 minutes
I felt
left.
that.
What do you want to happen with this 6? I mean, this will give you 3 successes. So is that 3? Did I just do 3? I think I just did 2. So you take out the Rage Essence Lieutenant.
Yes.
And then Corin is left, and he's been injured. He's been wounded now, and maybe he's on 1 knee. So what would you like to do?
So, I think Silas will take a moment here to to sort of level his sword at him, and look at him and say, "Corin, well fought, but you lost. You tried to take our holdings, and now you have barely a crew left. So, your last chance. Turn on the billhooks, or die."
Oof. I think. Oh man. I was tempted to roll for it, but actually, I think it's way more interesting if he's like, "Fine,
Ooh.
let me live, and I'll tell you how to get to my father."
I think with that, Silas just fucking slumps. He's probably sword down, dropping to 1 knee as well and saying,
Yeah.
"Good."
Saffron just blow dart, paralyzed in the back, knocks him out. Just a little bit. A classic Saffron session closer.
And Cortland's like, not so big now, eh? Hey, little Corin boy.
As soon as Corin drops to his knees, Saffron comes through with his wheelchair, beheads him with the scythe.
Shit, the brake was broken. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's that really is the gladiator bit. He just gets sliced in half, the torso. Yeah, and I think then we can just do a brief cut to the Foghound as Lorenzo arrives.
Brief cut.
Well, it's 10
We're
o'clock.
covering this next session, brother. I've just spent 50 minutes just not participating because I took a narrative move. I deserve more than this.
Sometimes you used to run down the long corridor.
Yes, that's
Sometimes
true.
you do.
Yeah.
It was totally the player in me wanting to not do that and actually stay.
I respect it.
So I think Well, then we can end on the scene that you see. You arrive there. You see. Did I already roll a fortune roll for the fight happening over there? I don't think I did. So let's just see how it was
You
faring.
rolled initially with Gus
Okay,
trying to attack.
Yeah, so
That's
a
why you
5.
got
I
injured.
think Margate Vale has been holding off the Billhooks and keeping them off the Foghound. But Lorenzo, you see Gus lying, flank heaving to one side with a gash in his flank near some crates. And you see kind of the last remaining 2 or 3 Billhooks kind of taking cover and like shooting at Captain Vale, ready for you to strike. Do you want to roll now? Roll a to take him out?
No, I think we'll leave it. Bit of juice.
That's not a clean ending that I wanted to end the score.
I think you see Lorenzo like tearing up at this point, seeing Gus, because he's obviously got there like all the way there, and he's just seen him now. So maybe he didn't believe it, maybe he didn't know what it quite was, but now he's kind of washed over him, and he kind of starts tearing up, but then just clenches his fist with a coin in it, as if he was gonna flip it, but he says no, and he clenches harder, tears rolling down his cheek, and grabs his pistol.
Wow, so anime. Love it.
Dude, I mean, his whole thing is family, right? And Gus is like his only family left at this point.
Yes, apart from the auntie
Wait,
and the mother.
Isn't your cousin literally fighting in the fucking war?
No, he's not a real family, is he? He's just some geezer I met the other week,
Well, but you found family as well. Your surrogate father, your surrogate brother, your surrogate
Only the dog.
Friedrich. No.
Only the dog. Shits
Yeah,
on the
but
floor,
OG.
but he's more family than you'll ever be.
OG family. Me and Gus have been through a lot.
No, you haven't.
What do you mean?
You found him halfway through the campaign
Grew up with Gus.
when you swapped
Yeah,
to
but
a
it is-
hound.
Yeah, but when he was growing up, it was this family dog.
Yeah, all right. Is that whilst you were on the ship as well?
I've got a whole timeline, dude. Shut up. I've got this all worked out.
Yeah.
I'll get you a fucking PDF. Put
Gus-
that in your bong and smoke it.
The Gus era tour. Right.
Yeah.
Well, the score is technically not over, but for most of the party it is. You stand with Corin captured in front of the Emporium, one turf down, but maybe a more Pyrrhic victory.
At least you haven't got
ultimately.
far to go at the end of the school. It's like
That's true.
It's like when you go out for drinks. It's like right next to your train home. It's quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you just-
we'll work out what the scene of this kind of dozen dead or dying Billhooks will mean. But I think I think you hear that little crow on that
Maybe we
chimney
don't-
top.
Natural disaster.
Yeah, maybe
Takes
the
interest.
freak melon cart accident, guys. This is known for explosive melons. It wasn't us. Sorry, wardens. Like
Was
just
an Iruvian square exploding melon. Nice. All right, that was cool. I didn't actually plan this score to be like a one and done, take out the entire most of the Billhooks, but it was cool anyway.
Sure, that's the one of
When
it.
I heard that you had basically planned a pitched battle, I was like, I'm away for one session. I come back and I'm on the front lines of a war.
Well, that's great. The plan.
It was
the
cool.
pla-
It was
the
really
plan
good.
was obviously do it at the Lost Place. So it's pretty fun and devastating to lose.
Yeah.
It's
lose
the
some
engagement.
turf in that.
I think that was a really good engagement role, actually, how you came up with that, because you said you were going to go away and come up with a few interesting
Very
ones.
good.
I think that was probably one of the most interesting ones you could have done, really.
I think so.
Yeah.
I certainly didn't expect it. You
No.
had me thinking when you were like, they've not all arrived. I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yes. Well,
No, very very well prepped, yeah.
we'll be
Sick.
off for a couple of weeks because I'm going on a honeymoon.
Selfish.
Oh,
Yay.
jollies.
But every
Hell yeah.
Tuesday, I'll be thinking
I'm sure you will.
about the dice.
Actually,
the clocks.
That's a funny thing.
I'll be sat there on the beach writing blogs and stuff that never
Oh,
publish, as always.
You'll be like, Ellie, I've had a great idea for a clock for our next session. And she's going to be like, okay.
Yes, lovely, thank you.
All right, cool. Well, I'll see you guys on Friday
Soon. Yeah.
See you at weekend.
See ya.
at the big day.
Beautiful.
I'll
Beautiful.
see you then.
Later,
Take care.
Alrighty.
Looking forward to it. Cheers, dear.
Bye.
Great session, guys.
Bye.
Cheers, mate.